here, 2024, and builders are still offering some amazing incentives to get homes sold. Today, we'll be giving you all the inside deets on the amazing incentives that the North Carolina and surrounding area home builders are offering right now. Hey y'all, I'm Brandy Nemergut, a local real estate agent and your connection to all things real estate and all things Raleigh. Now, just for full disclosure, not all builders are offering incentives. In saying that, there are quite a few out there that do on a regular basis to try and get homes in their inventory that are already completed off their books by the end of each month. The last 3 new construction homes I sold had some unbelievable incentives. One was offering up to $30,000 to go towards whatever the buyer wanted to spend it on, like buying down the interest rate, closing costs, and even appliances. The other builder included blinds throughout the home, refrigerator, washer, and dryer. And the best one, we had a builder give our buyers a 5% discount off the sales price for an all-cash offer, and they even waived the lot premium. Now, this was a first for me, as it's typically unheard of. Recently only found 2 builders offering this type of incentive. So if you're in the market for a new construction home and you're ready to buy in 2024, give us a call and we'd be happy to chat about the builders that are offering some amazing incentives in the Raleigh, North Carolina and surrounding market areas. Okay, let's just go ahead and jump right on in, and we're gonna start with interest rates. Now, one pain point for many buyers has been the higher interest rates compared to recent years. Now, there's 2 ways we've seen builders help combat this. First, there's a spec home, which the builder's current inventory homes that have already been completed and ready to move in. For some, these homes, builders may offer a competitive fixed rate that is much lower than the current market. For example, I've recently seen some builders offering rates as low as 4.99% to 5.625% on certain homes ready to move in. Or for those that might not be aware, there may be rate buydowns available. What that means is the builder, or even a seller of a resale home for that matter, will contribute money on behalf of the buyer to buy the interest rate down. Another scenario is a 2-1 rate buydown by the builder. How this works, instead of you paying the current market interest rate, say the rate is 7%, you would end up paying a 5% rate for the first year of your mortgage. That's the 2 part. And then the second year, you'd be paying a 6% rate. Now that's the 1 part of the 2-1 buydown. So in essence, by the 3rd year, you're at the 7%. So just to recap, a 2-1 buydown would allow you to go down a full 2% from the current market interest rate. So if the current market interest rate is 7%, for example, you'd be paying your mortgage payment based on a 5% for the first year, and then a 6% the second year. And finally, the 3rd year, you'd bump back to the initial interest rate of the market at the time of your loan. In this example, we used 7%. This is a way to help builders while interest rates are higher, in hopes by the 3rd year of your mortgage that will have gone down enough to justify refinancing out of that buy down situation into a lower rate, which is a win for you because you're able to get into a home for less money, and a win for the builder to sell the home and continue building other homes. Now, an incentive that seems to be common for as long as I can remember being a real estate agent is paying buyers' closing costs. For those that aren't aware, closing costs are fees that you as a buyer have to pay at the time of closing when you go to the attorney to sign all the documents and get the keys to your new home. Some examples of closing costs are fees like the lender and processing fee, taxes, title insurance, attorney fees, HOA fees, and recording fees. So many times the builder is willing to pay some or all of the closing costs. The caveat to that is you will need to use their preferred lender to get the closing costs paid on your behalf, or the rate buy-down incentive as we previously talked about. This is an amazing incentive to you from the builder, and again, that's more money in your pocket that you can use towards other things when buying a new home, like blinds or even appliances. And if they aren't included, maybe even a fence or some new furniture. Let's take a look at what some of the current incentives are from our local builders. Right now, when I'm recording this video, it's the first quarter of 2024. And an interesting fact that you want to keep in mind is that not all incentives are advertised. My team and I have been able to get some incentives from builders who don't promote that they have incentives available. And when you work with these builders on a regular basis, they will call or even email us and let us know about upcoming incentives, availability, and even some off-market opportunities. So please make sure you have good buyer representation who knows how to ask and knows what to ask. Agents that sell a lot of homes are going to know what kind of incentives are out there, so it never hurts to ask. Some of the things we've been able to get for our buyers have included free blinds, a free refrigerator, a free washer and dryer, rate buy downs that we talked about earlier. We've even had builders change flooring and cabinets, and one even added a water pot spout to the kitchen, and another agreed to screen in the back porch. And yet another one even agreed to add a fence. Again, it never hurts to ask for anything from the builder. Now I will say oftentimes they are going to say no, but again, it never hurts to ask. There's a builder in Raleigh, North Carolina currently offering $18,500 to go towards closing costs and a rate buy down. And yet another one in Raleigh offering $30,000 towards closing costs. Then there's a builder in Holly Springs that's offering 3% of the total purchase price of your new home to be used towards closing costs, rate buy down, to lock in a rate, or just to pay your prepaid fees that you may have associated with getting a loan. Then there's also a builder in Durham offering $20,000 towards closing costs. And another builder in Fuquay Varina is offering a 5% discount off the sales price of a home if you're a cash buyer. And this same builder has another community in Wendell, North Carolina, and is offering the same 5% incentive to cash buyers. These are the only builders that I've seen give this type of cash incentive so far. But if you are a cash buyer looking for a new construction home in either of these towns, let me know if you'd like more information on these communities. Then there's also a builder in Wake Forest, Clayton, Garner, and Anger offering up to $20,000 in closing costs, and one is even offering a 1% above and beyond that to use towards purchasing appliances or blinds. So builders are really motivated to get their homes sold. And lastly, there's a builder within the suburbs around Raleigh that are offering around $5,000 to $10,000 average towards closing costs or rate buy downs, along with special rates from the 2-1 buy down we talked about earlier to fixed rates as low as 4.99%. And some are even offering 100% financing, and even some with USDA loans. If you're finding this information helpful, please click the like button so others like you can find this information as well. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, tap that little bell and you'll be notified every time we drop a new video. Again, in order to be eligible for these incentives from the builder, they do stipulate that you must use their preferred lender and preferred attorney. Now, one question I get asked is if you're required to use the builder's preferred lender and attorney. The short answer is no, you're not. However, if you want to take full advantage of the incentive the builder is offering, then the answer is yes, you do. Recently, I had a buyer decide not to go with a preferred lender and instead of getting the $20,000 incentive, I was able to negotiate $15,000 off the purchase price for paying cash. And he even saved $1,000 by using the builder's attorney. And I have another buyer who decided to take advantage of the builder's incentive and not only got their closing costs paid, but they also got a fixed rate buy down to 5.625% by using the builder's preferred lender. I always recommend you talk to a few lenders as well, just to make sure you're getting the best deal when it comes to your closing costs, interest rate, and any special programs that may be available to you. And then you can make an educated decision on what's best for you and your family finances. If you end up not choosing to use the builder's preferred lender for any reason, it's definitely worth asking the builder if they still offer any incentives. And if they don't, you can always ask the lender if they are able to match the builder's preferred lender incentive or even come close, as I have found more times than I can count on both of these hands. If they are able to do, they will. Now, these are just a few examples as to reasons why it's good to have your own buyer agent representation when you go to a builder. North Carolina is considered a seller state, buyer beware, and the sales agent represents the builder's best interest and not the buyer's. Your agent will be able to help you navigate the process, run the numbers, negotiate on your behalf, and be your number one advocate throughout the building and buying process. Now, one question I get asked a lot is if a buyer can get the incentives on homes that haven't been built yet, where you're buying a dirt lot and you're building from the ground up and get to go through the process of choosing the lot that you want, the model, along with the designs. While it is possible that most builders out here will offer some sort of incentive for all of their homes, however, you will find the heftiest incentives on the homes that are already completed or nearly completed and ready to move into. And this is due to the builder not wanting to incur additional costs with the homes sitting around completed. They'd rather incentivize those homes to get it off their books. You'll also notice a few times a year, some builders have red tag sales if they're wanting to move some of their homes. And don't worry what season of the year it is when you're looking to buy. There are usually some sort of incentive happening no matter what month it is. And many will even change their incentives each month or so. So even when you start visiting the communities and looking at the model homes, the incentives that are offering that month may not be available, and it'll be something different once you're ready to buy. And please don't mistake these examples for us saying that you can and will be able to get any builder, or rather go to any builder and say that you want these things changed or we want all of these items. Not all builders are going to do that. They have a process, a timeline, a pre-done budget, and have certain things already approved up front from the city, like which model home will be built on which lot, and it can't be switched. There are times you'll find very motivated builders that do have it within their budget to make an adjustment, but they'll need to be negotiated early enough during the process where the builders are willing and able to do something like that. And as mentioned earlier, this is why it's so important to have your own buyer agent representation when you go to a builder. Your agent will be able to help you navigate the process, run the numbers, negotiate on your behalf, and again, be your number one advocate throughout the building and buying process. If you found this information helpful, please click the like button so others like you can find this information as well. And if you're looking to relocate to the Raleigh area or anywhere surrounding the Raleigh area and looking to purchase a home, we would love to help. All you have to do is reach out to me. My number's right here on the screen. Whether you want to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, we would love to chat. Till next time, we'll see y'all later.